Hey everybody, Bryan Broaddus here for my favorite time of the week. It's the Scout's Eye and my guy, Voch Lombardi. You're going to break this thing down. That was a great Cowboy victory. I'm sure you got a lot of really interesting plays for us to look at today.
The victory and what's interesting that I want to break down is his damn logo, Mr. Broaddus. You see what I'm saying? With people,
oh, there's supposed to be a logo? You want to break down the logo?
Yeah. People scrolling through it and they see the, they see the graphics and they see what we're doing here over at the Crown Global.
Oh, I see. I like what you're doing.
This kind of stuff here, man. Hey, man, we constantly growing over here at the Crown.
We're trying.
We're constantly growing. Man, Mr. Broaddus, boy. It's just the Raiders, man. Shit, man.
It's just the Raiders. It's just the Raiders.
It's just the Eagles, Brian. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Ain't nobody but the Eagles. And Brian, I think moving forward, no matter how good these teams are, styles and matchups make fights, okay? Kansas City coming up real fast. Trey Smith hurt. That's their guard. He a fantastic guard, Brian.
Right.
So we trying to find matchups in the middle with hurt guards, stiff guards, or bad guards.
Yeah.
Brian,
you got a gentleman named Caliendo for Caliendo.
Ain't he a referee or something?
No, Frank Caliendo is a impressionist,
commissioner or something.
No,
I know that name. This is
really. This Caliendo is going to be your replacement guard this week. I'm interested to see what you think about him.
Man, Bryan Broaddus, the Cowboys give the 5-man look that the Eagles didn't watch film on.
Yeah, how about that?
And Brian, I kind of like what our guy Flus here did. Okay, I'm gonna spoil the hell out y'all. This is our down and distance, so it's still early in the game.
All right.
First quarter still 2nd and 10 right now, but this looks like passing territory right here.
Sure.
So if you Jalen Hurts, what you looking at is this 5-man front that you haven't been watching film on.
Right.
Flus is going to do something interesting because Hurts doesn't process all that well. Okay, we're going to run the play, and we'll just talk about it here. 1, 2, bam. You're going to see Dante Fowler dip out.
Right.
Maris is going to get involved.
Right.
Okay? So now I'm kind of forcing you guys to communicate and talk about this thing as an offensive line. When we see Fowler drop away,
right.
Let me tell you what got to happen. Let me clear this up. Let me tell you what got to happen right now. Steen got to push Juergens off.
Right.
Juergens got to come over and push Dickerson.
Right.
Dickerson got to come over and get Clowney.
Right.
And you see Mailata going, oh, crap, I got to go get Leofow right now.
Right.
Hey, man, Brian, let me tell you something, man. Let me just tell you something, Brian, bro. They do a decent job of moving bodies around a little bit, but when you're more talented on your defensive front, it gets even harder for them. So just like we talked about Flus doing last week, bringing Maris Leofow, it ain't even about bringing Maris Leofow. It's just about creating one-on-ones on the inside. So I'm going to get to about this point, Brian, bro.
Right.
And I want us to focus on your ass whoopers. 1, 2, and 3. And you got your ass whoopers one-on-one. That's going to bring pressure to Jalen Hurts.
Right.
And if it's anything that we talked about all week, I'm a hater. I talked about it for 5 weeks.
You did.
If you put pressure on Jalen Hurts, however you decide to do it, his eyes are going to drop. He's going to run around, and it's going to be a miscue somewhere. This was almost a damn Deron Bland interception right here.
Right.
Because you put pressure on him. And Brian, we could look at it and be like, hey, man, Flus, da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. But we have to look at Jimmy's and Joe's in this situation.
Sure.
And be like, all right, our guys created this pressure. But shouts out to Flus for still maintaining the one-on-ones across the board.
Yeah, we kind of the game plan going in was about Landon Dickerson. He was the one that number 69 there. He's the one that needed the most help with some of the double team stuff. And if you singled him up, quick pressures, struggles. Look at his feet there, Voch. I mean, old offensive lineman. You're saying, how do you block when your base is that right there? Yeah. And you're dealing with Quinnen Williams right there, who's just like he's going to walk him straight back with a base like that. Look at that right there. Look at the power that he played with right there. But that's what you had to do. You got your matchups all the way across, getting those guys one-on-one.
I mean, even guys like Kenny Clark and Osa.
Yeah,
we see these guys. Clark was always, he was always cool. Also, we wanted a little bit more out of him. But, Brian, these past few weeks, man, we've just been seeing these guys emerge and benefit from the idea that somebody got to be left one-on-one. This is the interesting thing, Brian. We're talking about the analytics, and Quinnen Williams on his pressures, he was left one-on-one most out of anybody, right? Brian, I'm not being funny. The Eagles didn't watch film on the 5-man front. Landon said,
yeah.
So what I want to know is when you have one of these stud guys as an offensive lineman, your rules got to change every week.
Yeah.
So these guys, what they should be doing is every play identifying where Quinnen is at and taking their chances elsewhere.
Right.
I didn't think they would still be in a place, Brian, to where they're doubling Clark.
Well, especially not with Landon Dickerson struggling as bad as he has in one-on-ones. Especially, yeah.
If anything, you got to leave Saquon in and let Saquon do something.
Yeah.
But, hey, man, Saquon goes and blocks Leofold, which is whatever.
Sure.
But, hey, man, we still got the numbers up front, ass-whoop-wise.
Well, and look at right here, though. Look at Hurts's body position there. I mean, you mentioned about he's trying to – when he drops back here – here's the watch the eyes. You said the eyes, and then immediately it's like now he's got to figure out a way to get out of there and unload that football. Yeah. And you're right. It almost ends up, Bland almost comes up with a big time interception.
Yeah, that would have been huge, Bryan Broaddus. But hey, man, you had to let him score 21 points to keep the game interesting, Bryan.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Bryan Broaddus, man, GP just one of those guys, man. We've been talking about GP all day, every day, Bryan. I think he's just getting better every single week.
Yeah. I
think they're adding more things in his offense to him. But, Bryan, we looked at GP's film coming from Pittsburgh, and we didn't, particularly think he was a great route runner.
No.
But he does have some smoothness to him, don't he?
Yes, he does.
With his length and his stride, and tall guys don't move all that well. But look at the smoothness at the top of the route here, bro.
Right.
He's just gonna stack up there, and DeGene is a pretty good athlete.
DeGene is a good athlete, yeah.
White corner, but he's still a great athlete, Bryan. and if anything, Pickens, his pass energy kind of makes you overreact to him sometimes.
Right.
So when you see Pickens run down the field and he gives you inside, you have to respect that.
You absolutely do.
You have to respect it if GP is giving you inside. So now DeGene goes, all right, I got to respect this. But Pickens, I don't know if we've seen double moves from him this year, Bryan.
No, and it's what's funny is Pickens, the way he runs routes, it's not pretty.
It ain't.
But what it is, like, he could kind of lull you to sleep.
Yeah.
If you watch him route after route after route, and he's really not running it, and you're like going, as a corner, you're probably sitting there going, oh, okay. Well, and then all of a sudden you watch him run around, and here he's off into it, and then he gives you that little bit of that nod. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't seen very much of this, but he kind of lulls you to sleep, and then he gets past you that way, and then he goes into tracking that ball, which is one of the best in the league at doing that.
Bryan, I had to bring the cartel view just so we can see that angle of it.
Sure.
Just so we could see the ball, see him finding the ball. And on the other angle, you saw it like after he made his first cut, he's looking now.
He's looking now, right.
So they actually set this up. And if you look at Dak right here, Dak probably even helps him out a little bit using his eyes. Let's just look at Dak's eyes real quick. Kind of look in this direction first.
Right.
Boom, plant the foot. Then we're going to get the ball downfield. Go, boy. Then we're going to get the ball downfield to Pickens there. And just look at Pickens tracking this thing.
Yeah, already, yeah.
Finding the football already. Boom, and then just going up over the top of the gene like that.
Yeah, he knew after the game in the locker room, he even was talking about this route and how he knew by the way that DeGene was positioned that he was going to be able to go get this football. And he felt like he was far enough away from the safety there helping on the play that he was going to have a good chance coming down with that. But there's none better in the league when it comes to tracking that football. I mean, and he it's a science to him the way he plays.
Now, Bryan, this thing doesn't work unless you get Javonte Williams coming over.
Yeah, this is
And Bryan, this is one of those things, man. Bryan, I think even if you do end up drafting a rookie next year, like a rookie running back, something like that, I would still want to retain Williams for one more year because he has that veteran. I'm not just
savvy.
It ain't just about running.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's about the blocking with him, and maybe
complete player,
complete running back, Bryan.
Yeah.
And maybe, man, it'll take a young running back a little time. We've seen that with Rico and Tony Pollard. Like it took those guys like 2 or 3 years to really figure out the blocking side of things. Man, Javonte coming over thumping like that gave Dak a clean look.
Yeah.
And then that's how we get it out here, Bryan Broaddus. Man, I tell you what. Let's get into some runs, man. The Cowboys had a couple 10-yard runs, man.
Okay.
10-yard plus runs, 3 of them. 2 of them were from Davis and 2 one was from Davis and 2 were from Williams.
Right.
Let's take a look at Javonte and his big run that he had. One thing that we've been talking about, Bryan, is when your offensive line get a little healthy. We've been blocking linebackers real well since those guys got back. And I think this is where a lot of your big yards come from is sealing the down guys. And the Cowboys did a fantastic job. We talked about it all week that if you're going to have a good day versus the Eagles, you got to seal Carter, you got to seal Davis, but you can't just stay there because Bond and Dean
they're good.
Definitely give you
they're
a hard
good.
time.
Yeah, they're good.
Man, Bryan, if I could just bring back for 2 seconds there, everybody just focus on Book real fast, right? What happens right here Carter disappears, so you can't just hang around.
Right.
If Carter disappears, I can't help you. I gotta go. I gotta climb.
Right.
And you just see him boom, patient, and you just see him squaring up with Zach Bond right there. Bam, and Bond's not even a part of the play anymore. But you see Booker at the very end swing his hips around, Brian. It's real savvy from Book right here.
Right.
Boom, and then you see him kind of swing his hips around. Look at him swinging his hips around to kind of seal that thing for Williams right there. Bryan Broaddus. I'm
yeah. If you go back there too, everybody might be mad at number 88. Okay. Watch the block that CeeDee Lamb gets on this play. Run it forward here. You're gonna get a couple of seal blocks like you're talking about. Good job by BB on the push. Watch Lamb coming inside here and watch the block that he's gonna get right there. Look at that. I mean, you get mad at him for dropping footballs. That's a helmet sticker right there. Yeah, that's an outstanding block. Yeah. Sometimes you're thinking, oh, maybe he's not engaged. Yeah. You got to have everybody blocking right there. That was a great job by everybody across the board.
100%, Mr. Wolf. And man, we got one more, but this one from old Leak, man. You know what I'm saying? Leak coming in and doing this thing. And Brian, man, once again, man, I just want to bring a little highlight to your rookie, man. Last time he kind of left, not left, Terrence Steele hanging, but that's how it went.
Right.
This time, Book, it's you and the big dog. It's you and Jalen Carter, man. We're going to run this thing forward, man. And this is kind of what you've been asking for, Brian.
Right.
This is why you draft a dude like this. And as a rookie, you know what I'm saying, Book is coming in and kind of fitting right in. He had a really good fight with Carter yesterday.
Sure.
Carter got him some, too.
Yeah.
And the internet ain't saying that.
No.
But it's all good. I'm a homer.
No.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But in a lot of these run exchanges, boom, BB coming over to help, Carter going away. Yeah. Same concept, right? BB got to get upfield. Boom, find his linebacker. He gets there, and you just kind of see it, Brian. You just see the run lanes being there for you.
Yeah, again, you talk about Book with the block that he has. You get the center block. You're going to get Schoonmaker inside here on the block too. So good job. Look at BB's eyes. When BB, you're right. When BB sees Carter go away.
Eyes up immediately
on the inside linebackers there. And again, you got Schoonmaker right there as well. And Blankenship, he overruns the play. You're going to get Mingo in there coming in there late to try and get a block. But just a great job right there with the cut. The cut about there. Oh, that you went back to the previous play.
No. I just saw something. So I think it was a motion or something, Brian. Let me see. I ain't even noticed this. It was a motion or something. Or it was Turpin. It was Turpin being jet guy.
Yeah,
that made Blankenship just fly over there.
Fly there. Yep.
So he was in man with Turpin on this play. I guess.
Yep. Absolutely.
Hey, fine. If we run in this direction, you want to run?
Oh no, absolutely. Yep.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Knock yourself out, player. We ain't doing nothing else. Brian, there was a big play in the game.
Yeah.
Dak made it. Maybe I did go back to the.
You did. You went back. Here we go. Here we're gonna go. There's a guy, Malik.
Well, cool. I did go back to the previous play, but I did notice something in the previous play. I did notice Blake
Squirrel, right? Squirrel.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Distracted player.
Don't worry about it. Listen, man. Dak and Jake Ferguson, man.
Yeah.
We've been missing the seam ball for a long time.
We tried it in week 1 against these guys a couple different times and it didn't work.
And it was an inch off.
Yeah.
Brian, I think one thing that kind of helped us out in this situation was like the leverage. So we're going to talk about it right here. We got Ferg right there. He's lined up in line at the bottom of your offensive line right there. Let's just run it, and then we'll just come back and talk about it there, Brian. And Brian, like seeing this, Dak really knows how to get it over the linebacker. He's really good at that. It just wasn't all the way connecting, Brian.
Yeah.
And what I think happened was, just going back kind of looking at it a little bit, because there's an extra layer to the seam ball here, and it's the actual dude that's covering Ferg.
Right.
So I want everybody to focus on Bond real fast, right? What normally got to happen in these exchanges, Brian, is you have to clear Bond. Right. Then the ball got to go over another linebacker and in front of a safety.
Right.
Normally that's what got to happen. So what I mean by clear Bond is let's just fast forward about right there, Brian. What normally got to happen is that Ferg got to go around.
Right.
And end up there in front of this guy and over that guy. Right. It's like a little triangle that you got to get into, but once you can hit it, it's an impossible pass for them to stop. Right. Cowboys just been missing it this year, right? I think what kind of helped you is if you look at Bond a little bit, Bond kind of floated out.
Yeah.
And he just gave us a little bit of the room we need. So now
gave you he did. By stepping outside, it gave you the inside path.
So now all Dak got to do is just get the ball over Dean right here. Yeah. And, Dak just know exactly how to just put that thing right over there. Ferguson, go. Yeah. Look at Brian smiling. Look at Bryan.
I'm laughing because I know how short Dean is.
If Dean had a couple more.
That's what I'm saying, though. You usually play against some Mike linebackers that have some height to them. But Dean's a little bit shorter guy. But hey, give Dak. That's a great touch right there.
If this was a 6'4" linebacker,
that might be tipped. But that great job though, and you explained it very well though. Talk about layering the ball there, right there with the linebacker. Yeah, you got a little bit Bond with the mistake, Ferg with the great read. Sure. Like he's thinking outside release, but when Bond jumps outside, it's like no, you got to go inside. So that gets him quicker to the path. And look at Dean in the middle of the field. He's trying to think about like I'm going to jump and make this play, and he knows he's not tall enough.
I can see Dean. That's hilarious. I can see Dean overthinking it a little bit too, right, Bryan? Because maybe if you're Dean, you're going. Let me just run this. If you're Dean, maybe you're going. Okay, well, Dak is looking this way,
right?
You kind of see Dean floating this way.
Yeah, he does.
Bit, right?
He does.
Like, oh, well, Dak trying to set me up or something. Nah, it's just one read. We just looking at Jake. So Dak stared down Jake, and maybe if Dean ain't tall enough to.
Yeah, he ain't tall enough. Good linebacker though.
Great man. Dean is much better now.
I know.
Than he was the past couple of years though.
Yeah,
Bryan.
absolutely.
But it is what it is. Bryan, I want to show you this play here.
Okay.
Overshown being back is so different. Overshown being back is so different. First of all, Bryan, we see him on the line of scrimmage there.
Right.
He's number 0. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago on the film session. We were talking about Logan Wilson.
Right.
When you drop, you got to get some depth. You got to get some depth, and you got to get your angle. Some guys can't think and run at the same time.
Nope.
And the thing about Logan Wilson, or maybe you're like Sanborn or something like that, right?
Right.
They may drop and get the angle, but they may not be athletic enough to read and get to the play.
Right.
Bryan, let's take a look at Overshown right here. So he's up on the line of scrimmage. He's not going to blitz. That's okay. You just muddying up the looks for Hurts. He's going to immediately drop and get the angle, read what's in front of him.
Right.
This guy goes away. He's going, all right, cool. So he don't belong to me because he's going away.
He's going away.
And he's going to haul ass, Bryan, and immediately get down to the flats. The burst on this dude, Bryan.
Yeah.
That's what you've been missing.
Yeah.
That's what you've been missing. I looked at this play, Bryan. I don't know why I'm looking up at the thing and I got it in front of me. Bryan, I looked at this play, and I couldn't help but to go, if this was Murray or Sanborn or somebody
never got out there.
Never would have got over there. Yeah. This would have been, let me run this forward, Bryan.
This is a gain of 11 in the flat.
This is a touchdown, Bryan. Yeah. Because you got Carson up here. Carson ain't even looking behind.
They ain't looking. And look, Wilson in the middle of the field, he's not going to get there.
They're not getting over there. Yeah. Man, Saquon would have took this thing. This would have been a 100-yard damn game, Bryan. Yeah. Yeah. But Overshown with his vision and kind of knowing the defense a little bit, Bryan. I wonder if time off and those mental reps and him just being around Flus all the time, just talking to him, rather than in the game playing, making mistakes. I wonder if it just worked out for him to just know some of the ins and outs, the nuts and bolts of this thing.
Yeah, I think that he clearly has an understanding of that. I think that's some just mom and dad God-given talent, though, to make a tackle in space. At
the end, for sure.
At space. He's one of your better space players when it comes to making tackles one-on-one out there. That's terrifying for a lot of defenders to have to deal with Saquon Barkley in the flat and one-on-one, and Overshown was well up to the task on that one.
And look, I tell you what, his knee is fine because look, he's pointed. Yeah. He's pointed inside right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he got to flip all the way and
flip all the way back around.
Look, he's inside, Bryan, and as soon as because look, if this was like an out route or something, he'll probably have to carry that.
Sure.
But man, this cat goes inside. Overshown go immediately outside, track it down, bam.
Yeah.
Bryan, bro,
great play.
It's just different, man. Yeah. Can I go to the Osa play real fast?
Please do.
Man, let me get over to the Osa play because I heard you talk about it on the radio.
All right.
And it made me think about a lot of stuff, and it made me go back and watch. And I was like, damn, did the Cowboys know what was happening here? I kind of wanted to go back to broadcast view to see, like, did they call a timeout right before this? Like, how much communication did they have before this? There was no way the Cowboys so locked in on this. We could just talk about everybody a little bit, Bryan, because I'll tell you what, Jalen Hurts kind of got tendencies.
He does.
And hey, man, it is what it is. Like, this dude that you about to play in Kansas City, we probably can't play games like this versus him because he'll improv you to death and go get you.
Right.
But, Bryan, it's like I feel like everybody knew what was coming right here. And when I say everybody, please, go.
Yeah, no, but when you and I have talked about this, 3 routes. Go, slant, hitch.
Hitch, yeah.
That's what
Screen, maybe.
Yeah, that's what their offense is, yeah.
Bryan, it's like Bland was like, all right, bro, this is as physical as Bland has played a play.
Yeah.
All season.
He's not letting Brown get inside on him there.
Bland is 8-yard cushion guy.
Yeah.
or at least that's what he's been this year under this administration. He says, I'm going to take A.J. Brown away. Right. Now, Brian, also, too, Kenneth Murray ain't anticipating nothing. That ain't Kenneth Murray's game, Brian, bro. No. We've been watching a bunch of film on Kenneth Murray lately. Yeah. Brian, what about Kenneth Murray made him at the snap of the football run his ass over here?
Yeah.
Just in case Bland wasn't in the right place.
I think he was thinking slant.
Of course.
He was gambling.
He wasn't wrong.
He was gambling on the slant is what he was doing.
Brian, they wasn't wrong.
No.
They wasn't wrong. I got another element too, Brian. Yeah. If you look down, this is the funniest part. This one made me laugh the most. Brian, if you look down at Donovan Ezeraku here, you can see Jalen Hurts kind of look that way.
Right.
You can see Donovan kind of putting his hands up.
Sure.
And Donovan ain't really hands up guy.
No.
Donovan is upfield trying to get sacked.
Yeah, he is. That's what he is.
You can see Donovan go hands up a little bit.
Yeah, he's thinking slant. They're all thinking slant.
Brian, don't tell me Flusner went out there.
No. Well, it's about time because we've seen some 3rd and 2 defenses where why are you playing 7 yards off? Mm-hmm. I applaud them for playing some. Hey, you got your guy up top, Ravel was up there playing some press.
Yeah.
Bland down here playing press. I mean, everybody was where they needed to be.
Got a little physicality here. You know what I'm saying?
How about Bridges, though, in the slot down here? Look what he's going to talk about this down here in the slot.
Slide down bottom.
Watch this one on Dotson right there. Watch this coverage. You tell me if Dallas might have got lucky.
Oh, boy. Hey, but look, Hurts ain't making that pass.
He ain't making that pass. He never saw it. Never saw it.
And he ain't leading it outfield neither. Yeah, but Brian, also, too, just to be clear, if this was a couple of weeks ago and the Cowboys didn't have adequate pass rush, Hurts would have held the ball and found somebody.
Yeah, he would have.
Luckily for us, you got Osa, Quinnen, and we rushing with 4. I don't like it, but man, like pressure is key here, Brian. Pressure's made the difference these last couple of weeks, man. And I'm just happy that it's happening to us, man.
I'll tell you what, man, that was outstanding work, my friend. Thank you so much for doing that. I always say this, I love the Scout's Eye. And I hope you guys love it too. And we'll be back next week. Well, actually, we'll break down. We got a short week with
we'll let you know. We'll figure
it out. We got the Kansas City game coming up on Thanksgiving. We'll find a way to break that one down like we always do for you. And for my guy Voch Lombardi, I am Bryan Broaddus. Make sure you're following us on all our social platforms. We got it on crownglobalmedia.com. Voch has got a lot of his work on there. If you want to go back and kind of see what he's doing, please feel free to go and do that. Make sure you're checking out our merchandise. We've got some stuff online that we're going to talk about at the end of the week. That's some new things. So excited about that. So for my guy Voch Lombardi, I'm Bryan Broaddus. Thanks again for joining us for the Scout's Eye, and we'll see you next time.